Discouragement can creep in secretly and tell you life is not worth living. If you listen at discouragement, you will wonder if you're ever going to get out of what you're into. There are moments that try the human soul so violently and so perplexing that if the truth were told, all of us have had moments that we wanted to throw up our hands and walk away.
But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. And fear comes in. Just that fear paralyzes you. And I just want to ask you today, do you think you have hope?
It was hard, ladies and gentlemen. It was very difficult to pick myself up each day believing that I could do it. There were times that I doubted myself. I said, God, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to take care of my children and my mother. I'm not trying to steal or rob from anybody. Why did this have to happen to me? It was very hard. And here's what I want to say to you. For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream.
You see, I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. But if I fail, I try again and again and again. For as long as I try, there's always that chance of getting up. And it's not the end until you've given up. There's still hope.
At some point, everything's going to go south on you. Everything's going to go south, and you're going to say, this is it. This is how I am. Now, you can either accept that, or you can get to work. That's all it is. You just begin.
And the speed to hold off this challenge. Is it going to be goals for Farah? And at the line, no! Just denied, and he has to settle for silver. It's a silver medal.
When you start to say to yourself, I'm going to do it anyway, what happens is something really cool. You acknowledge that there are feelings that you have that are trying to swoop in and hijack you. You acknowledge them and you basically say, guess what? I'm going to do it anyway.
I know you suffering. I know you hurting on the inside. You're wondering why. Like, why this gotta happen to me? Why I gotta experience it? Why this person had to take advantage of you? I promise you, you are turning into a warrior. Because the stuff that you're going through, the stuff that you have to experience, what don't kill you makes you stronger. If you look at the cat that goes to the gym and he lifting weight and he pumping iron, if you ask homeboy, hey bro, how you get so big, they gonna tell you it took a whole lot of time and they had to go through a whole lot of pain. And life is gonna grow you. Listen to me right now, life gonna grow you. It is not gonna be easy, it is going to be painful, it is going to be frustrating, you gonna shed some tears, you probably gonna spill some blood, it's gonna hurt, but you gotta keep pushing.
We all fight, to some degree. We get knocked down in business, relationships, the economy, in life we get knocked down.
Yeah, so not feeling good, yeah, obviously. Been struggling for a long time. I've been in a lot of pain, probably about 20 months now. I've pretty much done everything that I could to try and get my hip feeling better.
Fights can be won or lost during that period when a boxer must block out all the distractions, redirect his nerve, zone in on his upcoming fight. But how does he do that? How is he able to block it out? Not let it affect him. In fact, use it to his advantage. The answer is focus.
For me personally, I'm constantly in a crisis to get to the next version of me.
We all have a story. We have a money story, a relationship story, a health story. We have a story for everything. And then that story keeps recreating our lives over and over and over again. And we have beliefs that support the story. We have habits that support the story. We have people that support the story. We have systems that support our story. And so my question that I always ask people, who would you be with a different story?
People wonder, have I really made a decision? The real way we know if you've made a decision to make a change is that it's followed up with immediate, massive action.
The goal is to have a vision for your life such that, all things considered, that justifies your effort.
There's a lot of people invested in personal development to make it more complicated than it really is, as if there's these secrets, whether it's the authors of the books or mentors or whoever it is. In fact, even you might be invested. If you can make it yourself believe that winning is complex, because really complexity is the enemy of execution, right? But if you can make yourself think it's complex, then it's really not your fault you haven't won yet, because you're missing something, rather than it probably being what it really is that you're unwilling or avoiding the work you need to do to really go build your company, or build your field force, or build your body, or build your life. And so it's being able to simplify things and really know that there is no key to really winning. The key is the hard work and keeping things as simple as you can.
The way people look at the world right now, because it's such an incredible time, is actually the quickest tell to who they are.
That you have a certain delightful, wonderful, positive freedom as a child, and then that's given up as you approach adulthood. But the truth of the matter is that you have a lot of potential as a child, but none of that is capable of manifesting itself as freedom before you become disciplined.
The nature of trying to get good at something. You got to recognize what's good and what is just fucking insane. Our bodies, for whatever reason, most people, their associations are to avoid anything that's uncomfortable.
Outwork, out-improve, outlast, out-strategize. What you're looking on the screen here, on the screen, look at those four again. What you're looking on the screen here, which of those four things that you're looking at, the outwork, out-improve, outlast, out-strategize?
Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want.
You tend to think from multiple perspectives, you think about multiple outcomes, and ultimately you make a much better decision.
You know exactly how to do it. You know exactly. It's not a magic trick.
I like pushing myself. I'm in a profession where I can push myself so much, and I live with the adrenaline of working best under pressure somehow for me, which give me the ability to do that. So why not?
Come to find out, a few years later, I wasn't anywhere near that. 106 pounds less, graduate Navy SEAL training, went on to do all these other things. Looking back on that, that was me trying hard.
You are enhancing the experience that you're currently involved in right now. And you are alive. You are alive. You do experience this life. But do you experience this life optimally?
So I'm prepared for it. So yeah, but I do believe you can't ever sit down and say, right, now I'm stuck.
But I have friends who have $100 million in the bank because of Facebook's IPO, who complain, who are still hungry, who want to do even more, who will complain to me because they know I work a lot about no work-life balance and they don't get to spend enough time with their family. And I'm like, you have $100 million.
I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers.
So you must never say nervous, say excited, because your mind listens. So those three things are, your mind does what it really thinks you want to do. If you're very, very specific and say, I want this and this, I want to be a great speaker, I want to deliver things, I want to be fantastic at sales, I want to be able to look people in the eye and sell them things and come across as really authentic, your mind will understand. And if you make those pictures really good, and pleasant, you'll move towards them.
I just love what I do, and I'm good at it. And I love the ability to wake up in the morning and say, oh my God, I get to go to work. I mean, how many people in their lifetimes do a job that they love doing?